Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to the House of European Football here in Nyon for the UEFA Europa League group stage draw. We'll also be presenting a prestigious award here today to the 2019-20 UEFA Europa League Player of the Season. Now, of course, it's a shame we can't welcome the clubs to be here with us today physically, but I'm sure they're all watching and looking forward to finding out who they will be meeting in the group stage of the competition. Let's face it, around 7 months ago, when large areas of Europe were under lockdown because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it was inconceivable that we could think about playing top-level European competition football again. However, thanks to everyone pulling together, working together, we managed to complete last season with a thrilling final tournament in Germany, which saw Sevilla beat Internazionale Milano. Let's take a moment to look back at that game and other fantastic highlights from the 2019-20 season.
It's a very good evening, everyone. Well, here we go again. Europa League group stage is back. Stop, boys!
We got the best fans in the world.
Marcus Thuram! Yes, baby!
It was like a fairy tale.
Gute Bewegung, Bailey! 1-3.
Gallo sets himself and scores magnificently.
Europapokalspiele wegen der Corona-Pandemie
Stop tutte.
Notizia che è arrivata
vanwege de coronacrisis.
Football isn't happening right now.
UEFA have announced that the Europa League has been suspended. Football has come to a standstill.
Un reto para toda la sociedad, para todos los países, no importa razas, no importa condición social, no importa nada.
É momento bem delicado no mundo todo e acho que nós temos que fazer a nossa parte.
I think the main message for me is just to stay positive.
Let's spend time with the people we love more.
I am delighted that we are able to resume almost all of our competitions.
And it is the men from Molineux who will now head to Germany.
Welcome to Germany for the UEFA Europa League Finals Tournament.
Des 10. August hier in Köln. Wir erwarten einen sonnigen und schwülen Tag mit Temperaturen, die bis zu 34 Grad erreichen können.
Fernandes, Manchester United's hero.
I think it's part of a moral duty that we have as long as professionals of football to put football back again.
Palla imbucata, Lukaku la protegge, Lukaku sul sinistro, va giù, Lukaku! 2-0!
Can anybody stop Romelu Lukaku?
Lukaku! Contra Cocciolava, Lukaku! Monstruoso Lukaku!
Y que se haya podido desarrollar las competiciones habla primero del mérito de los organizadores y del empeño y de las ganas.
Fallo sul sol del Sevilla del 25. No, va presente atento a De Jong. El Sevilla del 78. Gol de Luke De Jong. Palo De Jong. Ha tocado Godín, la pelota dentro de la chilena. ¡Gol! Final en Colonia. Sevilla es campeón de la UEFA Europa League.
El torneo fue un tremendo desafío en muchos frentes, médico, organizativo, logístico. Todos se unieron para hacerlo funcionar. Clubes, jugadores, oficiales, autoridades y la UEFA. Todo hicimos realidad y fue un resultado fantástico, grandioso. Por todo ello, en nombre del Sevilla Fútbol Club, muchas gracias.
Teamwork is the secret to every success on the football pitch. In an extraordinary season, the European football community showed the power of unity off the field of play. Players and clubs rallied to help their local communities cope with national lockdowns. Leagues, national associations and governments worked hand in hand with UEFA to deliver 4 pan-European competitions in 4 different countries, an unprecedented feat for any sports organization in the world. Together we have learned an important lesson for the future of our beautiful game. If we all work together, if we are prepared to make sacrifices and show solidarity, football can overcome any adversary.
And a strong message there from the UEFA president about the strength of the unity of European football. Congratulations from our side, of course, to Sevilla for winning their 6th title in this competition, an incredible record for the Spanish side. Now was another fantastic season of UEFA Europa League football with some standout individual performances across the tournament, but there can only be one Europa League player of the season. The award is voted for by the 48 UEFA Europa League clubs that featured in last season's competition, along with 55 renowned football journalists, with 3 players shortlisted for this year's trophy. And those players are midfielder Ever Banega, who was a central figure in Sevilla's victory this year. Internazionale striker Romelu Lukaku, whose 7 goals helped his club go all the way to the final. And Bruno Fernandes, who dazzled for both Sporting and his current club, Manchester United, in last year's campaign. Dramatic pause for the winner. And I can tell you that this year, the trophy goes to the man who scored 34 goals in all competitions, including a penalty in the final. Ladies and gentlemen, the UEFA Europa League Player of the Season 2019-20 is Romelu Lukaku.
La rimessa di rigore! Lukaku!
Lukaku wants another one. Wonderful finish. De Lukaku sul sinistro, va giù Lukaku! Lukaku is in on the act again. Lukaku!
And our congratulations to the Internazionale Milano and Belgium striker Romelu Lukaku. Now, last week, UEFA Deputy General Secretary Giorgio Marchetti went to Milan to present him with the trophy.
Congratulations to Romelu Lukaku. You've been voted the UEFA Europa League Player of the Season 1920. You had a great season, 7 goals scored in 6 matches. So really well done, and we are happy to hand this trophy, this award over to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, first of all, I want to thank God for putting me in this position. To do the job that I love, to play for a team that I love as a child. I want to congratulate Sevilla as well, personally. You know, they won the trophy, they won the competition, so I want to congratulate them on having a good tournament. I want to thank my mom, my brother, and all the people, my agents, and my agents at Rock Nation as well, for supporting me. I want to thank Antonio Conte and his staff, and everybody at the club, the board, the president, for the trust and for helping me throughout this season. But most importantly, I want to thank my teammates. My teammates have been great with me from day one. They've been like brothers to me. They are real family members. Every day when I come into training, I come in with a smile, and that's because of them. They make me want to work harder. So I want to thank you guys for everything that you do for me. And I hope that this year we're going to do much better than we did last year, and that we're going to have a lot of success together. Thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Great message there. Fantastic ambassador for the game. Congratulations once again to Romelu Lukaku, our UEFA Europa League player of the season. Now it's time to introduce our special guest who will be helping with today's draw. Today we welcome a UEFA Cup and Champions League winning defender who, as an assistant coach, also helped lead Italy to the 2006 World Cup title. And please welcome here on stage, Ciro Ferrara.
Ciao.
Ciro, buongiorno.
Hi, Pedro.
How are you?
Buongiorno. Fine, thanks.
Let's talk
sorry
about...
for my English.
And sorry for my Italian.
I don't speak very well, but next time I will be able to speak more fluently.
You'll be...
Okay.
And I'm going to try... I'm going to try my Italian. I'll ask you the question first in English. Take us back to the 1989 final with Napoli. What was it like to score in that final? Riportaci al 1989 e a quella finale della Coppa UEFA con il Napoli. Com'è stato segnare in quella finale?
È stata una gioia immensa, sono passati 31 anni e il ricordo è ancora molto vivo per me e credo per tutti i napoletani.
You talk about the Neapolitans and Ciro said that it was a great conquest for his club and for him as well, and meant a lot to score in that final. Of course, Napoli is your home city, and I'm sure when you walk around, people are still talking about that title and that goal as well. So, Napoli è la tua città natale, questo lo ha reso più speciale, certamente. La gente parla ancora del tuo gol?
Sì, l'ha reso ancora più speciale perché io sono napoletano e perché era il primo successo in assoluto per la storia del Napoli. In realtà non parlano tanto del mio gol quanto dell'assist di Maradona di testa. Va bene così.
So Ciro says that maybe they don't talk so much about his goal, they talk about the assist from Diego Armando Maradona, who of course was a teammate of his then, but of course he's very proud to help Napoli have won their first European competition title. Ciro, of course, it's great to have you here with us today. If you can please take your position, and we're also going to welcome on that stage as the countdown continues to the draw, the UEFA Deputy General Secretary, Giorgio Marchetti, and also Michael Hesselschwert, the UEFA Head of Club Competitions. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Giorgio, I hope my Italian was so-so. Over to you.
Your Italian was excellent. Thank you very much. The road to Gdansk starts here. All 48 teams in this draw will be dreaming of playing the final in this picturesque Polish city on the Baltic Sea coast in May 2021. We would like to wish you all the very best over the coming season, both domestically and, of course, on your European endeavours. Since the start of the pandemic, key footballing stakeholders have come together for the common good. This unity and the understanding of the need to compromise and sometimes make sacrifices is the real key behind football's return at domestic and European level. These combined efforts have enabled us to complete last season's Europa League with a final tournament in Germany, and congratulations, of course, to Sevilla, to see the whole qualification phase unfold, and now to kick off the 2020-21 UEFA Europa League group stage. This competition brings so many of our member associations together, with 27 out of 55, almost half, represented this season in the group stage. All these clubs are obviously eagerly awaiting to find out who they will be playing against. Napoli, Bayer Leverkusen, CSKA Moscow, Feyenoord, Tottenham Hotspur and PSV Eindhoven lifted this illustrious trophy aloft on 8 previous occasions between them. However, a special mention today for Granada, Omonia and Sivasspor, who later this month will be starting out on their maiden voyage in this competition, as they are competing in the group stage of the UEFA Europa League for the very first time. The draw is getting ever closer, but first of all, it is time for the technical procedure.
The 48 teams have been allocated to 4 pots in accordance with the seeding principles, based on the UEFA club coefficients. Pot 1 will comprise the top 12 clubs in the club coefficient rankings, Pot 2 the following 12 clubs in the rankings, and so on for Pots 3 and 4. For TV coverage reasons, clubs from the same association are paired in order to split their kick-off times. That is, one early and one late. For this reason, the 12 groups will be distinguished by colours. Groups A to F will be red and groups G to L will be blue. When a paired club is drawn, for example into a red group, A to F, the other paired club, once it has been drawn, will automatically be assigned to one of the 6 blue groups, G to L. Please also note that based on a decision taken by the UEFA Executive Committee, teams from Russia and Ukraine shall not be drawn in the same group. A ball is drawn at random from pot 1. The team drawn is placed in the first available group in alphabetical order from A to L, as indicated by the computer. For example, if the team drawn has all 12 options from A to L available, it will automatically be allocated to Group A. In a similar way, if the team drawn has only 6 options available from G to L, it will be automatically allocated to Group G, and so on. It must be noted that the number of options available to a team depends not only on the team's own attributes, for example, winter venue, and those of the teams already drawn, but also on the attributes of the other teams still to be drawn. This is due to the computer calculations needed to anticipate all possible scenarios and to prevent any deadlock situation. This procedure will allocate all teams to the various groups. Then it will be repeated for the teams in pots 2, 3 and 4 in that order. At the end of the draw, a computer will assign the final positions of the teams within their group. These positions will determine the order of the home and away matches, as well as defining which matches are played with an early or late kickoff. The match calendar will be released on Friday evening.
That was the technical procedure. Now we all know how the draw works. A quick reminder that there are 48 clubs in today's draw. Pot 1 represents the top 12 seeded teams, which, as you can see, include last year's beaten finalists Arsenal, one of 2 English teams, 2 Italian teams, former winners also, of course, in this pot. Great quality in this competition, as we come to expect. Giorgio, over to you so you can kick us all off.
Thank you, Pedro. And obviously we are all keen to see which great matches we are looking forward now to in the UEFA Europa League this year. Ciro, will you give us a help? Yes, okay. You are here for this. And we kick off UEFA Europa League 2020-2021. First team drawn.
Roma.
The first team drawn is AS Roma. Obviously, no team has been allocated, so Roma goes into Group A. Yes, Ciro, thank you very much. Group A for AS Roma, the finalists of the edition ending in 1991. Roma is a team which qualified from their group 11 of 12 times in the last participation in UEFA competitions.
Arsenal.
Arsenal FC, another great name of European football. Arsenal goes to Group B. Arsenal FC finalists twice, 2000 and 2019. And the third team drawn is
Bayer Leverkusen.
Bayer Leverkusen. So Bayer Leverkusen go into Group C. C for the former winners in 1988, just 1 year earlier than you won.
Yeah.
L'anno prima della tua finale.
Sì.
That was the year of Bayer Leverkusen.
Benfica.
Benfica. So the big name of Benfica for Group D. So Benfica topping now Group B. Thank you, Ciro. 3 times in the final for Benfica, but they are in an interesting record because they are unbeaten in 22 home Europa League matches. Only 1 less than Zenit, which hold the record.
PSV Eindhoven.
And now Eindhoven, PSV Eindhoven for Group E. Winners of the UEFA Cup in 1978. PSV. So we know everything till Group E, and now
Napoli.
Napoli. Your team, one of your teams, Ciro. Napoli, Group F for Napoli. The team which won the final where you scored the goal thanks to the assist of Maradona.
Yeah. Braga.
Sporting Club Braga. Group G for the finalists of the All-Portuguese final played in 2011 in Dublin. So Braga is in Group G, and now
Celtic.
Celtic Football Club. Group H for Celtic, the champions of Scotland and finalists in 2003. Another team to go.
Villarreal.
Villarreal can take position in Group I. Villarreal is the team which holds the record of the most matches played in the history of the UEFA Europa League. So it is Villarreal with 74.
Tottenham.
And now the Spurs. Tottenham Hotspur. Group J for Tottenham Hotspur. Twice winners when it was the UEFA Cup, 72 and 84. 72 actually was the first edition of the UEFA Cup.
CSKA Moscow.
Now CSKA Moscow take their place in Group K. Thank you. CSKA Moscow are another former winner of the UEFA Cup, 2005. The first Russian club to win a European trophy.
Ghent.
And to complete this pot 1, thank you, Ciro, is KA Ghent. So Group L completes pot 1.
All right, gentlemen, good work there. 12 teams down, 36 to go. So let's move on to pot number 2, which includes the following teams: Dinamo Zagreb, Sparta Praha. I'm just going to go through a few of them here. Rapid Wien, Leicester City, PAOK, Standard Liège, Real Sociedad, among others. So on to the next phase of this draw as we start finding out which teams will start playing who. Michael, over to you.
Thank you, Pietro. Before we start, quick shuffle. So,
okay,
first team drawn in pot 2. So let's see.
Young Boy.
We start with a local BSC Young Boys, who will be put into Group A, domestic champion of Switzerland, where they will be joining AS Roma. Second team.
Rapid Vienna.
Rapid Wien from Austria will be allocated into Group B, where they'll be joining Arsenal FC. Third team.
Slavia Praga.
SK Slavia Praha, domestic champion of the Czech Republic, will be put into Group C. The semi-finalists of 1996 UEFA Cup will be joining Bayern 04 Leverkusen. Team number 4.
Standard Liège.
Standard de Liège from Belgium, quarterfinalist in 98 and 2010, will be put into Group D. And here they'll meet SL Benfica.
PAOK.
PAOK FC from Greece will be allocated to Group E. Group E, where they'll be joining a former winner, PSV Eindhoven. Oh, difficult. Leicester City FC from England will be put into Group G. First time they play in the UEFA Europa League. They had the last appearance in the group stage was in the Champions League in 2016-17. Next team to be drawn.
Sparta Praga.
AC Sparta Praha, another representative of the Czech Republic, will be allocated to Group H. Group H has been allocated or been quarterfinalist in 1984 and 2016 already. Next team.
Karabakh.
Karabakh FK, domestic champion of Azerbaijan, will be allocated to Group I. It's their sixth participating continuously in the group stage of this competition. 4 more to go.
Ludogorets.
PFC Ludogorets from Bulgaria will be put in Group J, where they will be joining Tottenham Hotspurs from England. Very nice. Last 3 balls to be drawn in this pot 2.
Real Sociedad.
Real Sociedad from Spain will be put into Group F, former quarterfinalist of the UEFA Cup in 1989. 2 more to go. 2 teams in the race, Dynamo and Crvena Zvezda.
Dinamo.
JNK Dynamo, domestic champion of Croatia, will be allocated to Group K, where they will be joining PFC ZSKA Moscow. And the last team drawn in this group shouldn't be a surprise. Not easy. Give it a try. Shall I do it for you?
Yes.
So it's FK Crvena Zvezda, the Red Stars from Belgrade. And they are the finalists in 1979 of the UEFA Cup. So that completes group in pot number 2. Thank you.
Yeah, great job from Ciro there, saying all the teams right, but that one's probably one of the most challenging ones here in the draw. We're halfway through so far, already some fantastic matches to look forward to, perhaps highlighting Napoli and Real Sociedad, Braga and Leicester City, just 2 examples of many that we'll have here in the group stages of the competition. Time now to go to pot 3, and for this pot we have first-timers, Granada, for example, Milan, who qualified in dramatic fashion just last night, and plenty of talent here as well. Rangers, for example, and many others. Giorgio, back to you for pot 3.
Yes, thank you, Pedro. We want to add a little bit of spice to these groups. Thanks to these teams in pot 3. And we start now with this first team, which will pop out of Ciro's hands.
Cluj.
Cluj. So the first team drawn of pot 3 is Cluj, and Cluj can take position in Group A, where they will find the already allocated Roma and Young Boys for the champions of Romania.
Molde.
And now from Norway, Molde FK, another champion club. Group B for Molde FK. And in Group B, they will be the opposition of Arsenal and Rapid Wien.
AEK Athena.
We move to Greece now with AEK Athens, and for AEK we have Group G. So Group G is the one of AEK together with SC Braga and Leicester City.
Hapoel Beersheva.
Now it's the time of Hapoel Beersheva, which can be allocated to Group C. Hapoel Beersheva together with Bayer Leverkusen and Slavia Praha. So after Hapoel Beersheva, now
Rangers.
The Rangers, Glasgow Rangers, Group D for Rangers. Group D, they are together with Benfica and Standard de Liège. Rangers played one of the finals of the UEFA Cup in 2008.
Milan.
And now it's the round of AC Milan. I see Group H for AC Milan together with Celtic and Sparta Praha. So AC Milan chasing a trophy which is missing in their showcase. But first they will have to overcome this important opposition in Group H, Celtic Sparta.
Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Maccabi Tel Aviv, now again from Israel. Maccabi goes into Group I, and in Group I there is already Villarreal and Karabakh.
Alkmaar.
AZ Alkmaar. Alkmaar goes into Group F. So Group F is the group where you have already allocated Napoli and Real Sociedad.
Lask.
Lask from Austria. Group J for Lask. They are joining Tottenham Hotspur and PFC Ludogorets. We have 3 groups which need to be completed. We start with
Feyenoord.
Feyenoord take a position in Group K. Group K with CSKA Moscow and GNK Dynamo for the 2-time winners of the UEFA Cup back in 1974 and 2002.
Granada.
And now for the first time in the UEFA Europa League, Granada CF, and Granada will compete against Eindhoven and PAOK in Group E. Only one to go.
Hoffenheim.
So this is Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim take the last group together with Ghent and Crvena Zvezda. So this is all also for pot 3.
Thank you, gentlemen. 36 teams have been drawn, 12 to go. That completes pot 3. Of course, we have one more to go to complete the lineup for the competition leading up to the new season. In pot 4, we've got teams from France, a couple of them, from Poland, who of course are hosting the final in Gdansk, so it's Lech Poznan representing them. Debutants Sivasspor also, and over to you, Michael, to conclude the draw alongside Ciro.
Thank you, Pietro. Before we start. Ready to go. So, first team drawn in this pot number for
CSKA Sofia.
PFC ZSKA Sofia will be allocated into Group A, where they will be competing against AS Roma, BSC Young Boys and Cluj. So, second team. Let's see where and who it will be.
Dundalk.
Dundalk FC, the domestic champion, will be put will be put into Group B. And here they'll be joining Arsenal, Rapid Wien, and Molde FK. Third team.
Nizza.
OGC Nice from France. One of the representatives of France in this pot will be allocated to Group C. Group C, there they will be meeting Bayer Leverkusen, Slavia Prague and Hapoel Beersheva from Israel. Next team to be drawn in pot number 4.
Lech Poznan.
Lech Poznan, representative of Poland, will be allocated into Group D. Group D, so this adds to SL Benfica, Standard de Liège and Rangers. Very nice group. Next team.
Omonia.
Omonia FC will be put into Group E. One of our newcomers in this competition, in this group phase. Group E, here they will be traveling to Eindhoven, Pau, Granada, and this is Group E.
Zoria Luhansk.
Zoria Luhansk will be put into Group G. Group G, together with SC Braga, Leicester City and AEK Athens. Halfway through this pot 4.
Lille.
LOSC Lille, next representative of France, will be allocated to Group H. Group H for LOSC Lille. Here they'll be challenged by Celtic FC, AC Sparta Prague and AC Milan. Next team.
Rijeka.
HNK Rijeka from Croatia will be put into Group F. Group F, here they'll be meeting with SS Napoli, Real Sociedad and AZ Alkmaar. Last 4 teams to be drawn to complement the remaining groups.
Sivasspor.
Sivasspor from Turkey, another newcomer in Group I. Group I for Sivasspor. Nice pairings with Villarreal, Karabakh and Maccabi Tel Aviv. So the last 3 to be drawn.
Wolfsberg.
Wolfsberger AC will be put into Group K. The Austrian representative will be meeting up with Feyenoord, GNK Dynamo and ZSK Moscow. 2 more to go. 2 teams are known. Let's see who comes first.
Slovan Liberec.
Slovan Liberec will be allocated into Group L. The Czech representative will be complementing this Group L together with KAA Gent, Crvena Zvezda and 1899 Hoffenheim. Last team to be drawn.
Royal Antwerp.
Royal Antwerp from Belgium will be complementing Group J. Group J, so a nice group together with Tottenham, Ludogorets and LASK from Austria. Back to you, Pietro.
Thank you very much. The road to the final in Gdansk starts here. That concludes the draw. Let's recap all the groups and go through the teams that have been drawn together ahead of the season kickoff. In Group A, we'll have AS Roma, Young Boys, Cluj and CSKA Sofia. In Group B, Arsenal, Rapid Wien, Molde and Dundalk. It's Bayer Leverkusen, Slavia Praha, Hapoel Beersheva and Nice in Group C. Benfica, Standard Liège, Rangers and Lech Poznan in Group D. In Group E, PSV Eindhoven, PAOK, Granada and Omonia. In Group F, Napoli, Real Sociedad, AZ Alkmaar and Rijeka. In Group G, Braga, Leicester City, AEK Athens and Zorya Luhansk. It's Celtic, Sparta Praha, AC Milan and Losk Lille in Group H. In Group I, Villarreal, Karabag, Maccabi Tel Aviv and Sivasspor. In Group J, Tottenham, Ludogorets, Lask and Royal Antwerp. In Group K, CSKA Moskva, Dinamo, Feyenoord and Wolfsberger. And last but definitely not least, in Group L, Gent, Crvena Zvezda, I think, Hoffenheim and Slovan Liberec.
The same problem.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for your work today during the Europa League draw. Ciro, Michael, Giorgio, pleasure to share the stage with you.
Thank you.
Of course, now the countdown continues to the start of the Europa League season. By the way, I take the opportunity to congratulate the UEFA Player of the Season for last year, once again, Romelu Lukaku. Well, now it's less than 3 weeks until those UEFA Europa League group stage matches kick off. Best of luck to all the clubs involved. Here's to another exciting season of the UEFA Europa League. From all of us here in Nyon, it's goodbye.
Jake, we're back on air in 10 seconds. What do you guys want to eat?